Hi, my name is Gabe Evans, and this is Jazz Moments. Frequently, beginning jazz pianists, um, when they when I ask them to play something for me, I get a sound uh, like this. I'm going to play the song Misty. It sounds something like this. So there's two main things that are going on here. One, I'm over pedaling everything, which is really common, especially on solo piano and ballads. So I ask all my students to not use any pedal for a long time, maybe years, until they can really make it happen with their fingers. But perhaps more importantly is the balance. Uh, what happens is we spend so much mental energy trying to create our chords that we end up playing the chords really loud and they overshadow the melody. So it's understandable. It's really hard to get all those chords in and arrange it and orchestrate everything. It's my experience that if you have a good solid concept of the melody in your head, uh, your technique and your approach will naturally work for that melody to stand out on its own. And um, there are some different ways to cultivate a solid, strong melody in your head. Um, One is by listening, especially to singers. Uh, a song like Misty, for example, you'll find dozens of recordings on YouTube of singers singing it, as well as many of the great instrumentalists of jazz. So that's a really good way to hear it. Another thing I suggest is just playing the melody just in single notes. Now, the piano is not a terribly expressive instrument by its nature. We can either hit the note at a certain velocity and release it, and that's really all we have. So play it over and over again and see what you can do to make it expressive, to phrase it. You could play rubato or in time. So you want to really sing the melody, make it happen. Um, you know, I ask my students sometimes this question, what would you rather hear? A really great saxophone player playing a melody or a really great guitarist comping or a pianist just comping, just playing chords? Well, it's natural. The melody is so much more important. So we want to get a very strong concept of that melody. I suggest playing it by itself over and over again. If you're more advanced, you can try playing it through different keys. You can play it at different tempi. You can play it rubato. You can play it in time. You can play it with the bossa feel, with the swing feel. You can rephrase it. You can, there's anything like that. But you want to play it over and over again. Once you have that concept in your head, go back and add your harmony in, but make sure that you're really not interfering with the melody. You're not challenging the melody. So. if the melody is strong, you can embellish, you can play things around the melody and between the melodic statements that won't interfere. So keep the melody present, give it its own space. Again, Bill Evens is a master of this. Keith Jarrett, notice the way he's almost like he pounds the melodies out so strongly, and the harmony is so delicate, and a lot of complexity and beautiful voice leading, all kinds of things can happen underneath the melody. You don't even need the chords. So make sure the melody has its own space, and make sure your chords and your accompaniment doesn't interfere with whatever the melody has to say. Thank you for watching, and have a nice day.